we're moving right along. I figured I'd probably talk to you guys a little bit. I do have some action footage from Dad and Ryan. Ryan was raking earlier, and Dad's been pretty elusive. He's been hauling hay in one bale at a time. We're stacking everything outside for the moment because I'm putting on a pretty generous dose of this hay preservative. Not as heavy as I absolutely can. But the ground is variable. I'd equate this to the same as maybe making the bottom. It's got its soft spots, but so far I've been able to make everything. But it's been the first time in a while that I remember round baling having to hit the differential lock. Overall, it's actually running through really well. I'm halfway through with this piece, and it's yielding really well. We're coming up on 40 bales, which I wasn't expecting it to do. I was thinking maybe 30, but for how it's yielding right now and how it raked up so nice, I do like that Rhino rake. Spread the wings out as wide as possible, set the back end as wide as possible so it's making as wide of a windrow as it can. That's really nice for making round bales, because when the windrows are as wide as the pickup, I don't have to drive in zigzags quite so intensely. And it allows us to pull more material in as opposed to just using that New Holland rake. The New Holland rake is going to get used probably down at the bottom, because that is all reed canary grass that's about 6.5, 7 feet tall, and hopefully going to yield really well. I'm looking for about 600 bales, and this is going to put me about close to 200. There's no way I'm going to break 200 bales today. With what I actually have, I'm trying to make quite a bit of hay off of X amount of acres. We don't have quite 40 acres to make today. This farm isn't 40 acres, but I have a little bit that I made over there on the valley piece. That's probably going to have 2 or 3 bales. That is part of me trying to get the roadways opened up down into the bottom, and I'm really kicking myself right now. I already knew that when I started down here cutting the other day, that no matter what decision I was going to make, it was going to be wrong. Well, I decided not to cut the valley, and with the weather we're having and the fact that the ground actually was drying out nice enough that I could have got out and gotten the hay pulled out, kind of bugs me. But the way we are right now, there's a good possibility that I'm only going to be making 2 cuttings off the valley, 1 more cutting off of this, probably 2 more cuttings off of the bench ground over there, and then probably 1 more cutting, maybe. I might get carried away and do 2 more cuttings off of the pasture around the machine shed over there and the field ground. I mean, the field ground I think has 2 more cuttings left in it. It's ready to be cut now. My goal is to try to make it the same time as we do the valley. And that's going to require getting another tractor down here, another cutter, and knocking it out as fast as possible. When you're doing second cut, or incorporating some of your second cut hay in with that heavy first cut at the bottom, I think I can get away with that. And that's essentially what we did last year. The first cut was made. There goes Dad, if you guys can see him. He's been pretty elusive. I think I only got 1 shot of him hauling hay here. But last year we actually cut second cut new seeding off the field ground, and then the bottom was first cut, just because the people that were running it last year, they could not get out to the bottom. My intentions were originally to do cut June 1st, July 15th, and then probably September 1st. The way it's looking for me right now, just accepting things the way they are, I'm probably going to be cutting the valley in another week, looking at the weather. Let's be optimistic and hope that it's only a week. So about the middle of July, I'll be cutting it the first time, not because I didn't want to, just because I flat out couldn't. And then I'm going to go through, fertilize it heavily for one more cutting. So my intention's back down from 3 cuttings to 2 cuttings. I'll take myself out there. So I actually am enjoying this. I was, you know, stressed out a little bit as far as trying to get this stuff made and not have it just be a big pile of junk. This stuff is actually wrapping up really nice. Looks really pretty in the bale. A couple weeds in it. Really, honestly, really nothing that I'm all that worried about. I'm planning on getting it fertilized here in the next couple days. Tomorrow is 4th of July. This didn't go down how I was originally planning on it, and I'm grateful for that. Especially realizing how much is actually down here. If I would have come down, raked this tomorrow, it would have taken me a fair while. I mean, it took Ryan, he's still going, and it took him about 4 hours. But I'm on the easy running right now. This is all nice back and forth, and I have 2 fingers, no, just call it 3 fingers that had to be made yet. That's gonna be a time burner. But if I would have raked it tomorrow, tried baling it Sunday, and then hauled it in Monday, which they're calling for rain. They're pretty certain it's going to rain Monday night. I'm kind of hoping they'll back that off a little bit. But let's face it, the row crops could use a little bit of a drink. But then, focus. The next weather stretch we get, I want to try to knock down as much as I can, because we do have to get back up towards home and get that made. Our new seating, I'd say that's fair game at this point. And actually, if we would have cut it, we could have cut it here the other day, but uncertain with the weather. So trying to play it safe, not trying to take too many risks, because I've said it enough, I just don't want a stack of junk paid and try to have to move it. It's like even with this piece, one more cutting, let it grow the rest of the summer, get what rain it can get, give it the fertilizer it's going to need. Probably going to be somewhere around 20 gallons to the acre. I'm looking forward to running that sprayer in the 46. Not because I have to, because I want to, because this is fun. Believe it or not, it was blue sky for the most part. And flat, easy running. I mean, you have to be more aware of what you're doing. But I'm actually kind of enjoying it, which in the last 4 years, to actually be able to get in a piece of equipment and actually enjoy it in the last 4 years with what the weather has been throwing at us and the markets have been throwing at us, I gotta admit, it's kind of hard to be able to take the time to relax. We just rolled over on 40 bales there. 40, I'm gonna say we're gonna end the day overall right around 60 bales. This piece, to be honest, with what's left here, we might take it, well, this piece might take a pretty good run at 60 bales. But then with that, and then I have 7 acres closer to home, I'm gonna go knock out, that's not gonna be super heavy, but probably 10 bales between the other 2 places other than this farm that I have left to do. But it's grass. It's not alfalfa. I prefer grass. I really do. Alfalfa is more of a nightmare to make anymore. Brings more at the sale barn if you're selling it, yes, but there's a lot more of that time management. What's Dad doing? Oh, Dad's sitting and watching me, or he's on the phone. You get nervous when you see everybody else that's helping you sitting still. I don't know what he's doing. So yeah, actually I'm going to cut you off because I want to keep going. It's after 3 o'clock already, and with everything I got left done here, I'm hoping for 70 bales. That would actually, it's a pretty good run towards 600 bales overall, but I'm looking for 600 bales overall to sell as far as moving to the market. Need about 750 for the year overall, which I think will make a pretty good. Dad's on the phone. I think we'll take a pretty good run at it, to be honest with you. I'm feeling a lot better now than when I was through all the month of June. I mean, only made 103 bales in the month of June. I'm hoping July, August, maybe a little bit in September will make up for it. So with that, stay tuned for the little bit of action shots I have of Dad and Ryan running, and I'll talk to you guys later.